calls there, our colleague who's at KZN, Jade Lee. I don't know if you can hear me already. We've missed out a bit on that handing over of a memorandum, but please just bring us up to date in terms of where you are and why.
Okay, a very good morning to you and the viewers. Well, I'm just going to step aside and show you the scores of people that have come out at Mthunzuma police station here in KwaMashu. They've come out in their numbers to protest against the violence, the ongoing scourge against women and children in the area, and saying that police are simply not doing enough. And this is all at the backdrop of that 4-year-old Sanelisiwe Mhlongo who was brutally murdered last week, Friday. Her body found just a mere meters away from her home. But there is developing news coming from the police that a 15-year-old in question has been arrested for the brutal murder. He was taken into questioning last night, and that's when he confessed to brutally murdering Sanelisiwe Mhlongo, who is also a relative of him. But I'm going to be speaking to Zinhle Cele, who is leading this march. I mean, very emotive march, Zinhle. You've been at the better half of this since yesterday already when the news broke.
It's not an easy thing, but we have to, for the sake of our children, for the sake of myself as a woman who lives in KwaMashu, for the sake of my daughters, sisters, the community at large. It's very painful what's happening to women of this country. We are pleading with everyone to take this pandemic as we took the coronavirus pandemic, that the killing of young women and children must stop in this country. Dialogues have been happening, but enough is enough. We can no longer talk about these things now. We must now act. We can't be a country that has policies that are good, but we don't implement them. We are requesting courts to give minimum sentences, at least to perpetrators. We do understand that the child that was arrested is a juvenile who's 15, and we want to thank the SABC because you guys came to the scene, came to the family, and you gave the community the strength to be able to force the family to speak the truth. Because mostly perpetrators are known from within the family.
Now, just yesterday, it was very difficult here for this community. We saw Sanelisiwe Mhlongo's family reeling after her death, but then the two bodies as well, surfacing, women that were shot to death. I mean, the community is very angry here. The memorandum that you've handed over to the police, tell us about that. What are some of the grievances in that memorandum? What does it contain?
Some of the grievances is that, one, we are requesting the police to arrest. We are happy when we woke up this morning, we heard that the child finally confessed, so that one. And secondly, that this child must not get bail because he has proven that he cannot live within the community. If you can brutally kill your 4-year-old sister the way that he did to Sanelisiwe, it tells you that the child does not deserve to be with the community. So the state must take over and assist him and help him. But he must be away from other kids. As you can see, a lot of children are here because they feel that they know both the perpetrator and the child. And we feel we are torn apart.
Zinhle, just my talks with the community, this is not the first case that has happened. Many people here feel like the perpetrators are walking free and not being brought to book.
We are dealing with a case of a 13-year-old in the same street as the Mhlongos. The perpetrator raped the girl. Her mother is here with us. She was raped during lockdown, and the police took long to arrest because the child did point the perpetrator, but the J88 disappeared. So the case was thrown out. So that's why we are saying to the police, can they make sure that cases are done to the T? And this 13-year-old, every day when she goes to school, she goes past this man's house. And he has now threatened the mother. There's a mother of the child. She's here herself. That's why we brought her, so that she can come and speak to the police. There's a young lady who just went past here. She was also attacked by a known assailant who lives not far from her home. And she was in the coma for 2 months. The man is out on bail. So we are really broken as a community. And these 2 girls that were murdered yesterday, it's painful. It's really painful. We don't know their names, we don't know where they're from, and we're saying condolences to their family, and we are with them. And this community, when the child will go to court, will be there to say no bail. So we thank the SABC. We know that sometimes journalists are not given the due that they deserve, but you guys are part of the community, and we do appreciate you. Not only the SABC, all other radio stations that carried the story, that gave the community the strength to speak out and speak the truth, and to give the mother the strength to say at least a lot of people are behind us. So we would like to really, really send our gratitude.
Thank you so much, Zinklewe. It's evident this community is very disgruntled, very heartbroken at the news that a 15-year-old juvenile has been arrested with the connection of that brutal murder of Sanelisiwe Umhlongo, giving a memorandum to the Ntunzuma police station, calling on police to do more in the community. We simply cannot see perpetrators walking free, and we simply cannot see those that are violated having to live amongst those perpetrators here in the community. They will obviously be going and supporting that family, the Umhlongo family, but also throwing their weight around the two bodies that were found yesterday. Not much has come from the identities. We don't know who those two women are. Just speaking to the community yesterday afternoon, they're saying that they're not sure where these women come from, but I'm sure this community will rally behind them and ensure that they support those.
Okay, we're losing that link, but I'm sure you get the gist of the story. Thank you so much there to Jade Lee Paul.